show.
Is it part of the show?
It
should be part of it.
Quit being
All right,
lazy.
ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 65 of the outside diagnosed most mediocre reselling podcast in the world. It's Joe Philly Picker, Mike Death Pile Picker, and I'm Jimmy Old School Flips, and we're going to talk about some reselling on the Reseller Leftovers podcast.
Oh, that was pretty good, Jimmy.
What do you guys got? What do you guys got reselling wise for us?
Reselling wise.
Come right out of the gate.
Sorry,
My goodness. You know, hey, how's everybody out there doing? All right. Yeah. Like we don't have to just dive into it. We just don't have to bring up reselling, 20 minutes in.
I want to get right into it because I want an update on your return negative feedback. That's that's the hot topic. Everybody wants an update from the last episode.
Yeah, the only thing hot about that is my ass. I'm fired up because, it is same story. Like, I got the item back. The good news is it was the same item. I did test it. Apparently went bad in the package.
Okay.
So I couldn't test it. I have an issue with him saying that the feedback it's still negative. It still shows, still reflects that. I refunded him in full because the item did not charge, like he said. But the fact that he said that it was shipped to him as a used item when it was sealed, I mean, there has to be some kind of leeway there. I guess I can reach out to eBay and see what they do. But as it is, he has his money back. I've got a defective item that I now paid way too much for at Goodwill. And I've got a negative feedback. That's it.
So when you refunded them, it did not automatically remove the feedback. That's not true in that case. Do you offer free returns or does the buyer pay return?
Free returns.
That would be a free return.
Anyway, even if you didn't.
Yeah. Well, the way that he said it, I think he said item defective or whatever it is. It wasn't an INAD. It wasn't item not as described. It was just item defective. Maybe it's broke down. Like maybe they put that INAD and then they have a drop down of like a sub level. But either way, I mean, it warranted that. Looks like your camera was unplugged. It was.
Your camera went out, Mike. This for the better. We don't have.
Yeah, right on cue. Mike's having difficulties.
Let me write this time down because I'm going to have to fix what he's doing. He's got a lock screen and everything now. Down.
We were on 25 minutes before this, and everything went well.
Edit that out already. Can you talk?
Yeah.
So we can hear you. No, there you're back. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know why. I think it's because my phone connected. And so it automatically started to transfer to my phone. Whatever.
Okay.
That sucks. So you're stuck.
Did you try anything to get the feedback removed yet, or you just?
No, not yet.
You just still and you're just letting it eat you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. I'm gonna wait 2 months and then do a Google review on this buyer.
That's how I would do it. That's how.
Are you going to buy something from him and whack him with a negative yourself? Is that
no? Like the dude did nothing wrong. Okay. I mean, he absolutely didn't. Now the only saying that I sent it as used or when it was clearly used that was a lie.
Okay.
And I don't appreciate that, but it's kind of like, Jimmy. Like, they're not always going to make your Subway sandwich wrong, but they do one time, and you're just like,
wait a second, they didn't make it wrong.
They just didn't make it.
They didn't make my sub sandwich at all. That'd be like you not shipping it. They're like them paying for it, and then you just didn't ship it at all.
Well, the guy
didn't give him a refund.
The guy did lie. So is the reselling mafia letting people get away with lying now? Are we getting soft over there?
Yeah, the second you start letting people, as a mafia, you have to uphold those things.
Yeah. You got to set standards. You let one guy get away with it, then,
Yeah. No, it's not about that. I mean, to me, my job is to present a good product that is as described, and the fact that it wasn't, it kind of, I'll dismiss a lot of the frustration.
Okay.
Like it is what it is. I'll talk to eBay. I'll see if they can do anything about it because of the pictures and everything, the evidence that I have. And it's an unfortunate situation. It upsets me because I'll tell you, I paid $40 for these things at Goodwill.
Wow.
And I did it when I was back in Texas. But like I said, they were sealed, new. I
Right.
checked the comps, and they were over $100, and they have 100% sell through rate. And this was a color that just wasn't there, so I figured, I can bump it up a little bit. I mean, paying $40 for an item that sells for $100, I mean, reasonably fast, perfectly fine in my book. No, we would all like more profit margins or anything, but you're talking about, you're profiting $45 or so, little over $45. So
I just
you're like,
don't understand. I don't understand if you're willing to do the right thing, and in the end you did the right thing, took care of the customer the best you could considering the circumstances. Again, it was sealed. Obviously, it was defective, or somewhere along the lines, it became defective because of its age. You didn't know that because it was sealed, and now you have to have a negative feedback, even though in the end you did everything you could to make it right. You still have a negative feedback. You offered free returns, you gave them a full refund,
yeah,
and I myself don't agree with that. I think in that situation, you did everything that eBay would prefer you to do as well. That's eBay's preferences. They'll tell you that. That's what they would prefer you to offer and do, and you did it. And then you still, even though you offered the preferred service of eBay, you still got a negative feedback. I myself don't like that eBay does that, but it's whatever. We're the sellers. I think most sellers would agree with me on the seller
oh,
side.
100%.
Being a buyer, if I as a buyer, I would never do something like that. I would always give the seller an opportunity to make it right, always. And if they do, we're good. I'm actually going to leave you a positive feedback, even though the transaction might not have went great. You still did everything you could to make it right.
Yeah.
Well, the guy did leave the feedback before he even sent it back to you, right?
And they give you a chance.
He didn't give you a chance to make it right.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
it was. He opened the return. I messaged him. I kind of gave him the spiel that you would give to people. Like I tend to give somebody a spiel when it deals with electronics or everything. I was like, I have no, I provide free returns. I'll guarantee that the product works in the event that you're not happy. Blah blah blah. I send it back once that I verify it's the same item by serial number, stuff like that. Just to add like a little bit of doubt in their mind if they were trying to do something that was kind of scammy, just to cover the basis. And I said all of that stuff, and he's like, "You can give me a refund right then."
So he
And
didn't.
I'm
He
like,
wanted.
"Oh,
He wanted a refund before he even sent it back.
yeah,
Yeah,
before."
that's. I think you might be able to talk to somebody. I mean, there's new tools like the way eBay wants you to have feedback removed by eBay is to send through a manually through their system now request not from the buyer but it's a removal request, and I don't still know how to find it. I still don't know how to find it. Did you
Well, I
find
had
it?
to do it with my feedback that I had about the socks. The
Yeah.
guy complained about the socks weren't good when he wore them without sneakers and all
Were
this
you
other
able to
stuff.
fue out how to get through it?
Well, yeah, because I did the thing where you notify somebody from eBay and then you just keep on hitting the uh, talk to agent, and kept on typing that or whatever just to try to get a phone call back because I wanted to talk to somebody about
Yeah.
it. So I spent like literally 30 minutes at least. I typed in talk to agent maybe about 20 times, and they kept on sending me like different click here and links and all this other stuff. But I got through all that, and someone did eventually call me back. It says have us contact you or whatever. I hit yes, and they called me back. But the guy explained to me that having eBay or having feedback removed over the phone, it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah,
I had
you
to
have to
go
do it.
onto the seller page and go through that way with
So you're able
sending.
to find it. They navigated you through it?
Yeah, yeah. So I wasn't on when I talked to him. I wasn't at home. I was, but yeah, you had to do it on the desktop, and then but he
So
sent me an email. He sent me an email how to find that and exactly what to say. Yeah. So he ended
Yeah.
up.
I don't know like the best way to do this because I could reach out to the buyer and be like, hey, got it back. I verified everything. You see that issue refund. Would you consider going like moving that, changing that to at least a neutral?
yes, Mike, do that because what you're doing right now is building a case. So that way, when eBay gets what Joe said, they actually review it. And
Yeah,
if they look at that work and they see that, hey, this guy did everything right, and he even, he asked for it's a revision. That's a revision.
right.
Removal request and revision are different. You asked for a revision, and you gave them a good reason why they should. That you did everything. You gave them a full refund. Whatever. You make your revision really good. If they don't revise it, and then you do the removal request, and eBay looks at the work that you put in, and the sees that in front of them, they can say this guy did everything he could. We're gonna go ahead and remove this feedback.
Yeah, when you
It's
go
not
through it,
100%,
you have
but
to type. You have to type everything out because the revision. And the guy explained to me with eBay, for every 1,000 items you sell, you only get 5 feedback revisions to be able to send out to the seller. I mean to the buyer, asking them to do it.
gotcha.
And you
Out
have
of every 1,000 items you sell?
yeah, you get
Oh,
5 revision requests. That's if you're going to go to the buyer himself or herself to see if
yeah.
they'll actually change it on their own. You have unlimited times that you can actually contact eBay for the removal of it. But I had to go in. I typed a whole paragraph about it, basically saying that the guy in short story is that he was unhappy with the actual product, not unhappy with the service that I provided. He wasn't
Right.
unhappy with the shipping time, any of that. He was just unhappy that the socks elastic sucked in the socks, so he didn't want to. So that's what he left basically in the feedback, and eBay removed it. So, but I did ask that guy to revise it also. So I did use one of my 5, but he didn't. He said no, he wasn't changing it. So
No, it's good information because that's what I've been saying for they. I don't. They that was not too long ago that they changed that where because I had talked to my concierge who I feel very fortunate because like you said, yeah, I can push one button and I get a call within 5 minutes because
yeah,
I'm
Okay.
you're
no, but
you're split.
I wanted to clarify with them when I talked to them, and that's what they said that even they cannot remove. They used to be able to remove
Yeah,
it like that, and they said even as concierge now we cannot remove it. You have to go through this process of manually, like you said, going into eBay into your seller hub, finding where to request removal, and then plead your case.
No, I just looked it up because I was trying to figure out where that was. So anybody out there that's going through the same experience, all you have to do is just click in the top corner, like where it says "Hi, your name."
Yep.
Drop that down, and then you'll have your little username and then the parentheses with your rating,
Right.
and click that for your feedback. Click the like within 6 months, click that negative feedback, and then you'll see those populated. And on the right hand side of that line item, it
Uh,
will say like when, like past month, it says report this buyer, reply, or request revision. So if y'all are going through the same thing, just go through those steps, request for
the,
revision. I'll
the
make sure to do
request
that.
revision is the one that will go to you're asking the buyer to
the
change it.
buyer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's
Yeah. Which
another,
I
but
think
there's
it's the
also
right step.
there's another set to request removal. There's another place where request removal, and that's when you're asking eBay to step in and remove it.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
exists as well. That's what Joe ended up having to do, right, Joe?
Well, that the first time he told me to ask for the revision
Yep.
request from the buyer,
Yeah.
and I sent out a message to him through the revision request. He did not. I don't think you get a message back
Right.
on that. He sent me a message through the thread that we had already established. Contact seller or whatever. He just wrote back. He said, "I'm not changing my feedback. I was unhappy with the socks." That's what he wrote back.
Okay.
So then I had to go in. The guy told me on the phone from eBay that if he does refuse to, change it himself, go into the feedback removal, and then
Request
plead your case there, and they'll be able to look at all the messages back and forth between us and everything like that. And that's what I did. But I just had to basically the last line of my paragraph that I sent is I just said that I feel that that this buyer was unhappy with the product, not with the service that he was provided. It was my understanding that eBay's feedback was, reflects the service that I provided to the seller or to the buyer.
So
What's crazy to me is like they have 30 days to send an item back after after opening a return.
yeah.
You get that item, you have 2 days.
Yeah.
And it's not even a full 2 days because I thought the same thing. I went to the post office before it snowed here. When I told y'all last week that I went Monday morning, or sorry, we recorded on Tuesday last week. So I went Tuesday morning before the snow started in the afternoon. I didn't go back until Thursday afternoon when some of the snow had cleared off the road. So I go back Thursday afternoon. I was going to come in, test it. It said, please review by Friday. And dude, like I tested it out then. And then I was going to issue them the refund and reach out to them and everything Friday morning. They had already been refunded. So it refunded automatically. The post office closed. I couldn't go pick it up earlier, which is unfortunate. But I mean, they had delivered it to the post office probably within 2 hours of me dropping off mail on Tuesday. It was like received at post office. Please issue a refund.
Yeah.
Right.
And you haven't even you have to verify something. Like you could have got an empty box, right?
Right.
So you're not going to just give a refund without verifying. I got you.
Right. And I mean, at that moment, like I said, I was going to take care of it Friday morning, so I went to log on and go to it, and they'd already been refunded. And I was like, "Damn!" Like,
so eBay
already refunded it.
Oh, that might be why.
After the 2 hours, or after the 2 days,
48 hours.
Right.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, the post office is closed. I'm not just going to issue a refund.
Oh no, I understand. I understand that, but that could also be a reason why you can reach out to them. Because remember, I think Dave was talking about that too, where he had a couple things where he had the eBay, refunded the buyer from him because he didn't,
do it in time.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not talking like Philly Flipper. I had a hurricane and I mailed your stuff 7 weeks later. It's not like that. It's just basic business practice. Like you give them 30 days and you give us 48 hours. Yeah. Like, that's crazy, eBay. You suck.
Help me out. I love eBay. eBay, I love you. Just so you know, you don't suck. You're a great eBay. Yeah. That's eBay old school flip talking. Jimmy, old school flip saying that, by the way.
eBay has its bone. Obviously, I love eBay. Obviously, we all do. Like eBay is the best marketplace that there is for reselling, but it's not to say that they're without fault.
Yeah, I agree. I'm joking.
There's problems with everything, though. Yeah, I mean, you're never going to find a.
Yeah, but just in case eBay's watching, in this manner, you suck.
Okay.
eBay.
I'm with Mike on this. Here's the thing I'm going to say. Because I don't like to take to social media and I don't like to take to my YouTube channel and complain about eBay. I don't like to do it. Do I have complaints? You're damn right I do. Do I usually Sonia hears most of them? Yes, she does. But this is also a good place for us friends. I think we're friends. For us to talk about some of our complaints. We'll get labeled a whiner and complainer in the comments, whatever. But it is a good place. That's what this podcast.
Anybody who doesn't agree, suck it. I don't give a shit.
We should be able to talk about things that bother us because a lot of other people are doing what we do have these same issues, and they want to be able to vent too and talk about things that eBay does that upsets them. At the end of the day, I'm with Joe. I love my partnership with eBay. I really do. I've always said this, 99% of my transactions are flawless without any issue. That 1% sucks, but that's still a really good percentage, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I just went and looked because I had to double check. I was like, well, I'm wondering now that the return is accepted, if it affected my top rated, and it didn't. I'm still good. Like,
What percentage did you drop to? Like, do you have enough sales to where it's only 99.9, or was it?
the defective rate or something.
No,
No, your
your
feedback.
score, like your feedback score is not 100% anymore. It's 99 point.
Oh, it wasn't 100% either because I had somebody like
Oh.
do something like a long time ago, with 12 months ago.
94.
We're in the,
No,
we're in the 80s.
He's only had 2 sales. He's got
97.9. 97.9.
0% score. It's a new record.
You should really try to climb out of the 40 percentile there, Mike.
He's in the negative.
97.9. All right. I mean, you got to figure, like, I don't have a ton of sales.
Yeah, that's
So,
why I was
like,
asking that. If you don't have a lot of sales, that number will drop faster.
Yeah, any negative will do that. But, I get a few more positives, and it climbs my way out. Like, there's some of it I didn't get to eBay in time. Let me see if I can see both of them.
I want to talk about the electronic, though. I want to talk a little bit about what I've changed because of situations like what happened to you. And the first thing I want to ask you, was that something that was like collectible? Is that considered like a collectible item?
Or the Zune MP3 player?
Oh, it was an MP3 player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a Zune MP3 player is the one that I told you it was featured in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the one that Star-Lord played with Peter Quill. That's the one that he uses. So it had a boost in collectability, which, I mean, you see that anytime that certain things are featured, like old stuff. I mean, hell, it's how that lady on Stranger Things, running up that hill. Like, she released a song in 1982 and became the oldest person to ever achieve. What did you say? Some Bush?
Isn't her name like Kate Bush?
Kate Bush, yeah, Kate Bush, and she became the oldest person to be the number one, at the number one spot in the charts.
Yeah, she topped the charts. My son, who at the time was like 18, loved that song. But the reason I ask you that is because this is something I've changed that I do. Now, something like that, I'm not selling a new sealed. I open that sucker up, I test it, and then I put it back in, and I will sell as new open box. I'll take a little bit because I'm going to test it. So great examples. I had a DVD VCR combo that was brand new in the box. But I was like, man, I don't know. Like, it's completely sealed, but it's older, right? And I was like, I did my comp research, and I was like, I might lose $50, but I'll know this sucker works. So I opened it up and tested it completely and put it back in. And I actually resealed it with tape, and I listed it as brand new. Box has been opened, and it was tested to make sure it works, and then it was resealed. I listed it that way. I took $50 off the price, and it sold for like $650 instead of $700.
Okay, well, when you're at that margin, that doesn't make a big difference. I'm talking about, like,
I do it with Furbies
if
too.
You have something like, let's say it's a boombox or something, or a certain player. Like, there's some that will sell for like $300, and then an open box is going to sell for $150. I don't want to take 50% off. I would rather take the return.
I'd rather open
in the event.
I sometimes do that, like gamble with, like, if I find a digital camera that I don't have the charger, and I don't want to spend the extra money to get a charger for it or whatever. I'll take the gamble of selling it as working, but never at a price point of $650. It's usually, they're usually,
yeah, like
an untested one or parts or whatever, I might get $20 for it. But if I sell it as working, I might get $80 for it. You know what I mean?
I mean, if I open up a PlayStation 3 game and it's flawless, it's going out the door without going into a PS3. Like, because they always work. If they don't have any scratches, like, it's going. I'm not. And like I open Furbies now. I had so many returns on new Furbies because the person that I thought was buying it as a collectible put it on their shelf. No, they open it up, and then those Furbies, a lot of them don't work, even if they're new in the package. They do not work. And so you gotta. So
those came with batteries in them.
They came with batteries in them, exactly. Yep.
So that's a completely different story. I'm talking about, if it's an electronic, like a large electronic or something, they don't come with anything. I mean, they come with styrofoam and proper
Yeah.
packaging and, cellophane
Yeah,
that's
but what
wrapped
happens
around
if
them.
you thought it was sealed and you crack that sucker open and it's not even what's in there? It was like they put the old
You
one
can
back in
tell.
there.
You can tell.
Not what they took.
You can
What
tell
if
on
they
the
had
box.
the exact same model and they bought a new one, and then when they were done with when they put the new one, they put their new VCR up, they took the old one, put it in the exact same box and taped it up, made it look like it was.
You can tell on the tape. Oh my God.
I got you. I got you. I still do that a lot because to me it's not. I don't care. That me when that VCR combo left, I had peace of mind that there was nothing wrong with it at all. hundred
Well,
percent.
yeah, if you can do that and it's only a $50 difference, then absolutely.
Yeah,
Especially at that price point, you're talking about 700 to 650. Like
right.
I would rather, I would
But it was
rather.
also the only one on eBay at the time. Like when I listed it, it was the only one. Like there was none, and there was
Right.
only sold comps. So I probably could have got the 700, but I was like, I got you. I was just asking. It's a
Well,
thought.
speaking
It's a
of testing,
thought.
untesting, do y'all got any sales of the week? Something big that happened this week?
This week's was slow, man. That's what we should talk about. This week was. I had a couple days that were miserably slow. Like I had a couple days where I only brought two things to the post office. Do you feel
Yeah,
like was there some kind of
I went one day without selling something. That's the first time in a long time.
And I actually got a message from one of my friends in Colorado that asked me, "Are your sales dead?" And I was like, "Yes." The last 2 days, the last 48 hours were awful. So I don't have any really great sales. I just sold a skateboard today, which we could talk about. I got to ship a skateboard, and it's a long board. It's like one of those long street boards. Thankfully,
Where's it
Sonia,
going?
huh?
Where's it going? California?
It's going to North Carolina or something like that. Sonia bought me a sound bar for Christmas for my TV because I'm going deaf because I'm old. And so the box that the sound bar came in, that skateboard sucker just right in there perfectly. So I'm lucking out that sucker fits in. I have to tilt it just a hair, but then it's an Amazon box, so it's gonna be perfect. I sold that for 75 plus shipping though, so that was today. That was a decent little sale. I don't have any really big sales that went out. Well, it's been kind of slow and no big sales on top of that. So not a lot and no big ones either.
Well,
I, sold- I
I
sold
haven't listed. I haven't listed this week. Go ahead, Joe. I want to hear yours.
I sold a Marilyn Manson portrait of an American family cassette.
Oh, that's cool.
$47.48.
Was it new or was it used?
It was open.
Wow.
Yep.
Marilyn Manson. I saw him in concert.
It took me forever to sell it. Actually, I think when did I have it? I put the date in there when I sell in the custom SKU when I bought it in September of last year. So
it sat for a little bit.
yeah, it's that. I only paid
Yeah,
$1 for it. So
I've sold four things this week. The best thing is just a GoldenEye 007 in 64.
Oh yeah.
I sold that for 25 plus ship. Like that's it. Like for four things. The rest were like $20 items, 15, 20.
Yeah.
Because I have my minimum set at 15. So if it's below 15, dude, it's going on Dibbed It or it's gonna go on a lot on shop comments.
well,
Like,
I seen you the other night on Did It.
dude, like this, if I could do a show on like something, I would do a show on what I did on Dibbed It because it is just it's on fire, instantly on fire. And I'm not even like I popped in there and set up a show, and I hopped on with some other people. Did great. Dave came on with me the first day,
Right.
or Dave rated me, and then he came on to me. And I was like, "Stop it, Dave! Stop coming on to me." But
Did you call him Daddy? Did you call him Daddy?
Yeah.
ooh, ooh, Daddy. Ooh. So Dave comes on with me, and I end up selling some action figures just to start some Star Wars and stuff like that.
I saw you. I was in there, but I can't because on my phone I don't have the app, and so I was in there watching, but I can't type.
Go to the browser and you
I
can
know.
bid. Go to the browser and you can bid. Anybody that has an Android, all you have to do is go to dibdit.com,
I was
dibdit.com.
on the browser. I was not on the
Wait,
app. I
hold
was
on.
trying to log in on my phone.
People still have Androids?
Yeah,
Oh,
42%
okay.
of America, the smartest part of us, have Androids.
How did
Okay,
you
I
have
was
an
just
Android? How
asking.
did you sell?
I was just
Because I have
asking.
an iPhone also.
Oh, imagine that.
I
Imagine
have an iPhone 11 that I bought just so I could sell. You can sell on an Android. You can get the district app on Android, but the problem is like it's instant sell. You can't load your store unless you can't preload. You can do it while you're in there.
Gotcha.
You can't co-stream. So anybody that's out there, just consider getting a used iPhone. I mean, that's what Dave ended up doing as well. Which I mean, it's
One
the
of
way to go.
my boys have iPhones. I should just say, hey, download this app and log me in on it, and then I'll use one of their phones to sell on there.
Or just get an iPad. Can you do it? You can do it from the iPad, right?
Yeah, I believe so. If it has Wi-Fi connectivity, I don't know. That's a good question. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Can you do it from your desktop? Like, could I sell from my desktop?
No,
No. Okay.
no. You
All
can't
right.
even schedule. I don't even think I can schedule a show from my desktop. You can do
I
it
just
from.
don't. I don't have a lot. I'd probably sell some hats. That's about all I would have to sell on there, anyways.
Dude, uh,
One of the,
man,
one, of the, one of these days, that was part of my 2025 thing. I'm going to try one of these live selling things one of these days. Once I get some stuff together, and
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it would be. I think it would mostly, I don't know. I know clothes don't do well on that, but that's what I hate listing. So I would like to get rid of them, type thing. And
well, I can tell you like there is success on Dibdit for new people, 100%. Like it is crazy the community that's there. I mean, supporting each other, but also looking for deals, looking for what we love, and having that reseller element with a collector element, but at a lower cost,
Mhm.
and the willingness for people because you have to think like, oh, I'll tell you this. Dan and Demand did a card show the other day. Shout out to Dan and Demand.
He's
Just
got a new
started
podcast.
yeah,
Open Seat. Is it Open Seat
yeah,
Podcast?
It's
that's what
just
it's
Yeah,
called. That's what it's called. It's on his regular Dan and Demand
on his
channel.
yeah,
Dan and Demand channel.
Yeah,
yeah. And
go over
I
and check
just
him out.
I didn't even know Jimmy and Joe. They've already checked it out, and they surprised me with the fact. And I was like, "How the hell did I not know?" Well, I wasn't surprised, or I wasn't surprised. I wasn't subscribed to Dan because he hasn't done a video in a year.
Right.
So, and
This
then
is
he just
I wasn't either. I wasn't either.
his
yeah
comeback tour.
he comes in hot. First episode just dropped, so y'all go check that out over on Dan and Demand. So Dan and Demand, he was on Dibby. He runs this card show on I want to say Thursday, something like Wednesday, Thursday, um, and then he runs a card show on Whatnot the following day, and he claims it was sloppy seconds, but I can tell you, I guarantee you, he did better on Dibbed It because people were in there versus Whatnot. And the amount of competition, there are sometimes where people are co-streaming. I was running a stream when somebody else was. I rushed through my thing so I can go raid them because they're a new seller. It was one of their first shows. But they were selling sports cards. I was selling action figures. So the ability to deconflict categories is not always going to be like that. But like in the upstart of this, and mind you, I'm talking about this a year after we started doing sales on Dibdit. It is still growing. But it's still small enough. And I went on to Whatnot tonight. And I was like, let me just go look on there. There were people like giving you deals, kind of set up like Jimmy's room, like where everything's all spread out and hung up and stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, I'll do this thing for $30, and if you buy multiple, I'll do it for 25. And I go on eBay and it sells for 16. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what the hell kind of deal is this? Like, and you know what? He's like, oh, I want a bundle. So the guy's going to buy another thing that's overpriced from this schmuck on whatnot. And like, there are people, it's all resell, it's primarily resellers on Dibdit. And we're all buying this crap cheap. So we're like, hey, you know what? We're going to start this at $1. I mean, I did Star Wars action figures on card, like Episode One, Attack of Clones. Y'all saw it, all that stuff.
Yeah, I
Thing at
remember.
$1, and some of them were selling for 2 and 3, but a lot of them sold for over 5. A lot of them sold for 8. Some of them sold for over 10. And you know, it's just it's gone like that. And dude, I'm gonna live there for a while.
Yeah.
Like I will go through my stuff, and any of that stuff that's like over a certain amount, I'll do it. Like, but
Yeah, are you gonna set an amount that you're gonna list on eBay, like price value of what it has to be, or you're just gonna push it all
oh
over
no,
there?
no, it's $1 because I thought about doing something else. So I thought about certain things that price out a little bit more, because I have some figures that I've seen people list. I've got to go check the sold comps, but I imagine they're somewhere between 40, 60. Some of them are rare, so they might be a little bit more than that. And I thought about pricing it at 50%. Because like any of us, if we had a $60 figure and somebody's just like, I'll give you $30 for it right now, would you do it?
I'm probably doing it because of the fact that I probably got it for $5. You know what I mean? Or
Oh yeah. Mine's less than that.
yeah, so
But like
Depends.
that's a Venom symbiote line from Spider-Man. Venom, like Toy Biz. That's a Venom symbiote. So like these are like bigger figures. This one has like wings that flap and jaw that moves, and then you got like Detective Gray Hulk or whatever. Like so like some stuff. And I've just determined, you know what? If I'm going to run a show, man, I want everything's going to start at $1. I don't give a crap
I
right
gotta,
now. That's what I'm in that mode. With this getting rid of the Star Wars that I've owned for over a year, I picked those up. I thought I picked them up last January when we went to Webster for the Trash to Cash meetup in Florida.
yeah.
No, I went to that whenever we went to hang out with Rod in November of the year before, so 2023.
oh wow.
And yeah, so I picked it up. So add another 2 months of that, and that stuff's been sitting in a tub. And you're talking, I got rid of it in 2 days, and I made decent money, and it's gone. And you're building an audience, and you're building a relationship with other resellers. You're building, dude.
This
What
is a this is a
what
paid
the sucks
advertisement for
compared to this?
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy, have you ever considered? Have y'all either one of y'all ever sold on whatnot?
I have, yeah. I've probably
I
done
have.
close to 10 lives on there. It's been mixed. It's been mixed. When I pulled out the good stuff, see that's where I mean it's been a while, but when I pulled out the good stuff, I sold some Battle Beast on there with their weapons. I was getting 50% of eBay value, just like what you
Yeah.
said. I was
And
getting
are you happy with that?
only with that because it was the leftover when I bought the way that went down is I bought a big lot of them. I put all of them on eBay. I had doubles and triples, and these were just the leftovers. Like after I sold the best ones on eBay and got full value, and I was way into the profit, and I just had like 12 of them left over, like that were either double or whatever, or they weren't as desirable. Yeah, then I took them to whatnot because I was way in the profit. So yeah, in that situation, yes, I was happy.
Yeah. So I can't rely on eBay to sell stuff like Toy Biz Marvel figures from the 90s.
Yeah.
Because number one, you have a lot of competition. There's not a
Yes.
ton of people there, but there's a ton of people that become impulsive when they see it.
Right.
And it's not stupid impulsive, it's nostalgic impulsive. Like, hey, I want that back on my shelf. I want to have
Well, I
that in
thought
my
you were
life.
going to say nostalgic because they remember hanging out at a highway sale with Mike and they want to remember that moment. And so buying something from Mike is the nostalgia.
That's a lie because neither one of y'all bought something from me.
I couldn't even chat. It said log in if you want to chat.
Well, you gotta. Do you have you made a username?
Yeah, I've sold on the other
On Dibbit?
on Dibbit. I've sold on the shop
Commons?
yeah
Shopcommons.net.
.net.
Shop. Thanks, Joe.
Here's the question. Then I have, and I don't know if I would do it. I have a big collection of Lego City that I bought. That they're all in the boxes. They're all complete, and I have probably 30 sets that I've had for almost a year now because I don't feel like going
Dealing
through
with it.
messing with them. What do you?
Have you verified that they're complete?
Not. I haven't gone through every single one, but the like 5 that I went through, 100% complete. And the guy was an older gentleman who collected them himself, and he said I took them all apart and put them all in these bags. They're all there. They're
No,
all
I mean that kind of gives some credibility
yeah. I mean,
to,
and just
to that.
like the 5 that I did count and I did sell on eBay, they were all nothing missing at all, 100% complete.
And they were Lego City.
Lego City sets, yeah.
Okay.
I have a bunch of them. I mean, I have boxes of them. So I just haven't had the time or the want to go through the rest of them. You know, they're anywhere from $15 to $35 sets.
Yeah. So the way that you could do that, you either lot it up on eBay,
Well, I'm just
and
wondering if I run it on Dibbit, if I could do good on it.
100%. Would you get?
They got the boxes, they got the
I don't
manuals,
know.
they got the minifigures. It's all there. It's all 100%. Like they're all. The only thing that makes them use is that the box was open and that they sat on a shelf. Like he said, I had my own city, and then when he's like, it was time. The wife was like, it's time to get rid of it. And he tore it all down and put everything back in the boxes.
Right. I don't know how collectible the Lego City ones are.
They're
Or
not
like
super collectible.
who would be there? But I mean, if you went on there, what'd you pay for them?
Paid $200 for everything.
How many boxes was it?
It was over 30.
Have you made your money? So
No, I've been selling them for like $12, $15, $20 a piece, and I've only sold 5 sets.
it's
I mean,
hard.
I think I could. Now that I've sold some sets, I could probably make a little bit of profit. But that's the thing. Like, it's to the point where I'm like, am I going to put the work in, or would I be happy just like getting a little bit above what I paid for it? You know,
I would cover CYA. I would CYA and list some on eBay, and then bring some to Div. If you're good with it, like some of them getting 5 and some of them getting $10, because maybe somebody's not looking for a Lego City. But at the same time, like you could be like, hey, I went through a couple of these, and
right.
it's risk versus reward. And I think I'm a little with like all these Marvel figures why I don't care. Number one, they're gone. Number two, collectors will get a deal. Number 3, it helps build Dibbit. Like I just want more people coming over to my shows for future stuff. I want you to get on there and sell, so more people come over. Because the more people that we have, like you selling, because of what you love, what you have, and like what you're willing to get rid of, like all this crap here, dude. I'm gonna have to scale it down. Like the world doesn't have enough shelves to cover the crap.
I just don't have that much stuff to sell though. Like I don't have what you have to sell. Like this stuff, I don't have a lot of this. This stuff that I have is right here. Like I don't have a lot of this stuff for sale.
Oh, I don't have a lot either. But I mean, I'm talking
I'd be selling like hats and Lego City and like Joe. I have some clothes that I'd like to move. I'm not gonna be. I don't have a lot of collectible toys to sell. I don't.
Yeah.
I either keep them or I sell them on eBay right away.
Right. Well, see, that's the problem with people like you.
Yeah, I'm
actually reselling.
Actually,
a real reseller, huh?
Disgusting. Look at this guy, Joe. Ugh.
And I've seen that Kevin and Dave and they put their minds to it and they're putting more focus into Dibbit, and I see it when they put their minds to something, they put focus into it, it succeeds, and I see it. I get notifications. My email gets a notification every time someone goes live on Dibba, and I get emails all dang day that people are going live on there, and I'll jump in again. Trust me that I'm there lurking because when I just click on that link, that's because I'm lazy or whatever. I just click on the link, takes me there, and I'll sit there for 5 minutes and see what they're selling. It says every time, log in if you want to chat. I'm like, I'm not trying to figure out how to log in. I'll just watch. And so
You're not trying to figure out how to log in. Probably click the login button, put your username and a password.
Well, that's down here in the basement, and I'm sitting upstairs. So there's your answer to that.
No, so yeah, I feel you there because it's the same thing. Like when you go to Whatnot and you just want to see what the atmosphere is like.
Yep.
And for buyers, not getting a good deal with certain sellers and Whatnot having extremely higher fees. So I'm talking about buyers and sellers here. Like it's absolutely crazy because like Carrie and Rod, they're doing a card show on Whatnot tonight. Like they can have that audience. What I would like is to do a show on Whatnot with a sticker of Dibbed It behind it. like and be like, hey, you know what? Because I can go on, imagine this, I can go on Dibbed It and I can say, yeah, Dan did his card show yesterday, but he ran it on Whatnot today. And they don't give two shits. They don't care if you say Whatnot on their thing.
Yeah.
But you think Whatnot would care if you started promoting an outside thing? Probably. Especially one that has lower fees. Especially one that lets sellers choose how they want to ship stuff.
Well, that seems like it's a big thing, right? Is because people are shipping on Whatnot seems to be the thing that a lot of people have issue
shipping
with, right?
Whatnot is a benefit to Whatnot. That's it. That's the only person that benefits from shipping on Whatnot.
Okay.
Because it will not benefit you because number one, in the event that you're over, like let's say you'd total up, like I had these action figures. Some of those are 3 ounces. They will come out at like 5 ounces, but to cover your basis, you got to put like 7 to 9. And they're going to charge them at the 9, which is technically at the 12 or whatever the hell it is. Mm-hmm. So they're making a little bit. Then all of a sudden, they paid for what they're estimating is, 3 pounds. And it actually comes out to be like 1 pound, 13 ounces.
Yep.
Per pound, why not keep some money? You have no control on giving your customer
you get the label from
a discount.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you're saying.
And you have no... Like you're not on the receiving end of any of that benefit. And I'll tell you the way that I do stuff. Because I don't know what figure's going to typically run. I will or will not take a hit on the first item. I'll do it at $6. Like say it's these action figures. Mm-hmm. Those big figures, that'll probably cost me a little over $6 because it may come in at £1. So it might, ground advantage and it going far, it might hit me like $7 or so. Some of them will be over £1 on the bigger ones, but some of them are going to be under $6 for the first one, $7 for your second. So I just next time it's just add $1.
Yeah.
So what do you do with the shipping comes out? You can use whatever shipping method you want. You can use pirate ship or whatever.
You can use pirate ship, but within the system itself, you can use ground advantage or priority.
Oh, so that you can print your labels directly from there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the difference is, as the seller, you're collecting the money for the shipping.
Mm-hmm. And you're handling
Whatnot on Whatnot collects the shipping money, and they
sell. So Whatnot collects $12 in shipping, and it only costs $9 to ship. Whatnot keeps the $3.
And don't get me wrong.
That matters.
Yes,
from
you
the
will
buyer.
do that.
From the buyer, though, that money's coming from the buyer, not from you as the seller. Right. Where this is more like eBay. If you charge shipping and the buyer pays shipping, that money comes into you. Then you have to buy a label with that money.
Right.
So it's what Whatnot's been doing all along. They've been collecting that extra shipping money and keeping it for Whatnot. Where
And on
Dibbit
top of
is
that, your
as the seller
percentage.
allowing you to maybe, if someone buys multiple items from you, maybe you make a little extra on the shipping instead of whatnot.
Right.
You know?
Okay. I see what you're saying.
And on top of that, as a percentage, you're paying more of a percentage to whatnot than you would. It's costing you more as a percentage as a buyer
Right.
to buy from them or to sell from that platform because you're getting charged on the fees. I guess it doesn't really charge the buyer. The buyer pays that plus tax, and then the seller is getting that. But buyers are missing out on shipping. Like it can negatively affect them. The only time that it doesn't is when somebody just charges a small amount for something that's like we're talking like Dave. Like I'm going to ship a 20-pound item, and oops, I had 8 ounces in there. That's the only way that a seller is benefiting.
Mm.
And but outside of that, as far as like being in control, dude, $6 for the first figure and $1 for every figure after. And I use it as an example because I'm going through it. But at 2 figures, that's it. Like you're going to break even and start to profit at that
Right.
because there's not going to be anything that's like right at $7 ground advantage that is right about a pound. And what you want is just a multitude of purchases. You want quantity. You want buyers to stay in there for the whole show because everything's starting at $1. Everybody's there trying to do stuff for $1. You want it, and there's certain things that you can do. Like Jimmy, like I'll tell you this: I have a tub, a tub. I have a box full of old movie posters
So do I.
from the 90s and 2000s. I'm talking like Spider-Man, where it had the twin towers in it, and it's the double sided, so you can open up and they're backlit.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
cool.
you can backlight backlight them like the movie theater will, so you can see through it. It'll light up. And I've got like Superman posters that are Mylar, like Christopher Reeves, like Superman that are old school Mylar, super valuable. And I think those I would put on eBay because I think the set of 3 would get me probably $250 to $350
Wow. Yeah.
because it's got a rare one in there. But all those other posters, I want to do a Dibdit show and be like, all right, just have some
Well,
lights
that's
set up so you can see it. And think about it. First poster, $5. Any poster after that, or actually, I would probably go $6. $6 is safe.
I broke into the ones I have. I want to show you this one.
Dude, I bought 100 tubes.
Yeah, so like that, I got square box. I got like golf club boxes that I'll use, but like I have stuff from like look at this Voltron poster,
What year is that from?
88 or something or 87.
Yeah.
It's for a VHS tape. Look at that.
What are you doing with it, Jimmy? Is that
That one,
personal?
that's over here in the keeper pile.
Uh,
So like I was going through that, and
I'm a keeper. You should send it to another keeper.
most of those posters are like for a movie, like a VHS movie store.
Oh yeah.
Like I have like a Willow one in there for like advertising the VHS. I got to go through. There's some like I got the Ghostbusters over there. Let me turn the camera. You can see. I told you I have the guys over there.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
That was in there.
That
Yeah,
even matches the bottom of my thing, and you
I
want?
told you I have the full size one. I just don't have the buildings that are supposed to be behind them. So like,
Are you gonna frame the Voltron?
no, that one I'm keeping. That
I
one's
said, are you gonna frame it?
yeah. So I think I'm gonna take it because I have a Mario poster over here. I'm gonna take the Mario out of the frame and put
Okay.
Voltron in there. Yeah, but I gotta go through because there's more. There's all kinds of stuff like that in these ones I bought. Sorry, you sidetracked me because you talked
But
about.
dude, let's do a show on Dibdit. Let's do a poster show.
I'd have to go through there and some of them like there's Star Wars ones in there. There's like Empire Strikes Back and there's some ones in there that I might either keep. I don't know. I do gotta do some little research. But there's some like Dirty Dancing. I'd run the Dirty Dancing ones on there. I don't care.
That was Mike's
Dude.
favorite movie.
Yeah,
Dude,
Mike's favorite movie.
okay, let's again with the same thing on a poster that you get like VHS release, whatever Star Wars. let's say it's worth $50. Somebody offers you 25. You're taking it. You have a different business model though. Like there's certain things like 30 days in, you're like, shit's half off. It's going.
No, I mean I don't. Not 50% off. What I do 50% off is if it's been listed for a long time and it had 0 views in the last 30 days. It goes on. Like if nobody's looking at it, then it goes on 50% off.
Okay.
So that's how my 50% off is based on. It has to have been on my web. It has to have been on eBay for more than 60 days. And then after 60 days, if I look at the views and it has 0 views still, it's going on 50% off. Because obviously I did something wrong pricing it or buying it or whatever. Because it's obviously not desirable if it has 0 views.
Mm. Well, that's the other thing that's super misleading. I had a message this morning, and I was trying to I had it accessed earlier, but I need to get your dang. There we go. Message. This is on a $15 Canon PowerShot, a A80, 4 megapixel camera. Why is it listed for parts? Does the camera power on? Does it occasionally glitch? And I'm like, I don't know. It's been listed for a year.
Yeah.
9 months. I don't know. I guess everything was cleared out when I went to Florida, so it's been on there for, let's say,
So they want to know,
least 6
does it
months.
power on? Or, yeah, they want to get an idea of
What
what
is,
kind of.
what is crazy is you go to this, and when they sent this to me this morning, it's got, you can't see it. It says six viewed in the last 24 hours. This morning, that was double digits.
Because of the
But I'm
activity.
like, one message, and now like people
Yeah.
are looking at the like double digits on a damn 4 megapixel camera.
Right.
Where were you before? Where have you been the last 6 months? What are you doing, eBay?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know if promoted finally hit it or something like that. Because sometimes something has to, when something sells that's promoted higher than yours, maybe yours moves up to the promoted. I don't know. That's just a total guess.
Yours is next in line, maybe.
Yeah.
What's pathetic is when you go sort by best price. Even if you select as is, they're still going to put promoted up there.
Yeah.
That right there. I mean, eBay is just another freaking whatnot. Like they do a disservice for their buyers.
Yeah.
Like that, it is an absolute disservice. If I'm looking for the cheapest price, I don't care if you make money. I'm looking to save money. Screw you.
Don't show me the sponsored anymore. I got
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Get your money from my fees and their fees and all that stuff, and like that be it. I don't care if they promote with you.
Yeah, but
I don't
then
care.
I mean, there's a lot. Most people that shop direct. To me, promoted works more when you Google search or you do the lens and it comes up.
100%,
That's when
100%.
promoted should be.
But when your search is derived within eBay, they should not show promoted on what they promote outside. If they want to do it to draw you there, if you click something because you did a Google search or you did a Google Lens picture thing and it shows that, so be it.
Yeah.
That's fine if that's the way that you want to do it. But if you're internal into eBay, like, dude, come on, give me a break. Like, it's such a broken system.
Mike is the newest member of Rage Against the eBay Machine.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
dude. No, I've always been like that, and like it just chapped my ass long enough. And we happen to be talking about reselling that I'm actually thinking about these kind of things. Feels so dirty.
We talked
But
about a lot of reselling on this
Did
episode.
did we talk about anything but reselling this episode?
Mike's
Dave,
got a paid advertisement for Dibbit this week.
Yeah.
So that's what
no, like 100%. Like I do it. Somebody has to talk about it because like Kevin and Dave, they'll chill, but like realistically, there's no deep dive into this. There's they have to do it piece by piece by piece. But we can sit here and talk about it, and like I can't tell people how much it can possibly change the game for anybody that has a death pile. Because I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, there's a ton of places close that my audio may sound horrible because I haven't even been sitting up. Like,
You've been here this whole time?
oh, there he is.
No, I didn't even know you were here.
oh, there you are, Peter. For the little chubby kid in the Hook, or no, it was a little kid. He was looking for in Robin Williams.
Oh yeah,
I remember that scene. Yeah.
Oh, there you are, Peter. That's what he said. Man, you got me off track, man. I was talking reselling. Now you got me.
I know. Well, I mean, what you're talking about, what it's all about is this, because it's whether it's eBay, whether it's whatnot, whether it's Dibbit, and that's what's the key factor. Whether it's a live pop up, you have to be able to bring the buyers. If you want sellers to come over there, you got to bring the buyers. And Kevin and Dave and Carrie, those guys are doing a good job with what they've built on social media of bringing the buyers. And if they're bringing the buyers, then the sellers are going to eventually work their way there, and they're going to keep coming as long as they keep. So, thank you to them. Like what if Whatnot would bring the buyers to me, I'd go on Whatnot. But Whatnot hasn't done a good job. They expect me to do all the work to bring the buyers, and then I know it's partially your job, but I mean, with eBay,
you don't
have to do any work to bring the buyers. eBay brings the buyers for me, and that's what I think Dibbit has over Whatnot. If you ask me, is you can, like, Kevin is working hard to bring and advertise and bring the buyers.
But it's crazy. Somebody did their first show.
Exactly.
They had 28 people in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Which is crazy.
They are doing the work to bring the buyers.
People, go on Whatnot and look at people that are established.
I'll go on Whatnot right now. I'll get 4 people
sucking ass with 3 people in their show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talking about,
ultimately, that's what it's
if you look around, if you like something, let me know. Ooh, it's so great over here. No, your shit sucks, dude. Your show sucks. Your attitude sucks.
And then Mike Mike tried doing a topless show. Mike tried the topless, and it didn't work for him.
Oh, I did. I even dressed up like Mimi, like Dan and the Man that one time. I put on a big old blue eyeshadow, a wig, and
that was his regular Saturday night outfit, though. Don't let him fool you. That was his Saturday night gig.
Danny Granny, what was it? Granny Danny? What was it?
Danny.
Oh, it was Mimi and the Man. That's what it was. From Drew Carey.
Yeah.
No, that's in the end. That's what it really. That's
true, Mike. What you say that, because every time I get a notification or whatever, and I can go in there or whatever, every show that you normally watch, regardless if it's whoever, there's 20 to 30 people, and the newest guy show up to hundreds when Dave and Kevin and Carrie and all them go on there. So I feel like that there is an upside to that when you're having it.
But it's the iPhone that's holding me back. Like, I don't want to. I don't have an iPhone. I guess I need to ask. I just don't have access to anything that's Apple that I can. I don't have an iPad. My boys do, but they're on their phones 24/7.
What's an iPhone 11 used one go for on eBay?
Probably $100.
Get yourself a new one.
That's what I have. I have an iPhone.
Just connected to the Wi-Fi, right? I wouldn't know how to use that thing if I had one, anyways.
Hold on, I actually want to look at it because Jimmy, Dan, Jimmy.
Here you are.
I want you on Dibbit, man, because I'm doing a show with Shane. He has a ton of DC stuff. Shane Soda City.
Yep.
He has a ton of DC stuff. I've got Marvel, so we're covering both bases. Like we can keep some people in there.
I want to get on there too, but I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I mean, it is what. If you don't know, District, the app that Dib is on, like, they're not 100% set up with Android yet, and that's frustrating to me. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of stubbornness and frustration, like how it's been. They've been acting like eBay. If you ask me, like, how long is it gonna take you to roll this out? Like, come on.
You were talking to the king of frustration. They said fourth quarter of this past year. Fourth quarter. They have made improvements upon improvement upon improvement upon improvement for iPhone. And I guess, talking to Dave, it has to do with the coding, because the way that, don't get me to line, because I'd be like the old people talking about electronics that I was telling y'all about. I just don't know. But it had something to do with like a rolling it's some kind of rolling system, operating system,
Gotcha.
where it's
Yeah, you're
not.
speaking another language to me.
I do it the same way. I couldn't tell
But
you.
here's the thing:
Somebody
take
in the
some of that
comments that
money.
knows the difference between operating systems in developing an app. You let us know. Look down in the comments, but it has to do with that. And Jimmy, like, it pained me. I got a free phone. Like, it pained me to have to use this iPhone. I can't.
Anybody's got
I
an
just
iPhone
tried
or an
different
iPad, let me
ways
know
to
on
try and
Instagram.
close it. It's ridiculous.
Send it my way. If you have an iPad or an iPhone, an older one that's just sitting around anybody, hit me up on Instagram.
There
No,
you
I
go.
mean, but if from me thinking from a business standpoint, I don't care what you say. I know for a fact they're losing out on sales because I would be selling there if I could sell live and do all the stuff I want to do on there on my phone. I don't want to have to go get another phone. So it's just a little bit of frustration, and it's I barely found the effort to go on Whatnot. I'm definitely not going to find the effort to go on District. I'll say District if I can't do it on my own phone.
Right.
Now, I guess I can, but I have to do all these workarounds, and I can't go on there with someone else. Like I can only go on there by myself. Like, anyways,
Yeah.
so it's like
That
it's
part is
been
very,
taking
very
forever.
frustrating.
Nah.
I would seriously.
So take some of that money from all the Didbit sales, all those fees on the Didbit money that you're making, and take some of that money and hire somebody that knows how to read Android systems, and let's get her done.
I wish it were that simple, because I tell you, I'm the biggest ass when it comes to them not having Android. It just to the bottom of my soul. I
Well, I'm not.
I have to hold. I don't hold back in the comments of Kevin's show. Like, I will berate District with Ivan in there, their rep in the chat,
Yep.
because of that, and still sell on it because
Well,
I have that iPhone.
I've had moments like Kevin's reached out, "Hey, we're doing a raid. You want to join us?" I'm like, Kevin, I don't have an iPhone, and he's like, "Oh." And he's like, next time, and I'm like, and then next time comes around, Kevin, remember I don't have an iPhone. He's like, "Oh
I
yeah."
don't understand. Now, they're not global. They're not.
Right.
Like shipping, I don't believe is global. I think you can go to Canada now. I didn't think they had that ability, but I bet at Canada it gets pretty damn close to leveling the playing field. Android is the most popular, hands down, worldwide.
Right.
Android is the most
that, but
popular.
I'll take it.
Within the United States, it is it's 60-40 split. I want to say it's probably 59-41.
Yeah.
Between 59% Apple users, 41%. But you're cutting out 40% of the market share. Undeveloped. And
There
you're
must,
making
there must
it
be a
proven
there must
else.
be a bigger reason for them not to do it. Whether
No, it's 100% the coding. Like, trying to get that, like, it has to be that. What I don't understand is, if other people can do it, find those people who did it,
Yeah.
and
Like I said,
get
take that
them
money,
to help you
make
do
it.
it.
it's probably cost. Well, I can maybe I can refer remember the sock research guy that I had, that bought socks from me, then canceled. Listen here, he canceled it because he had to do more research. I heard from him today. He says, "Where's he at? Hi again.
Hi
Hi.
again,
I,
my
I,
friend. Did he
I have
say
to
my
tell you,
friend?
it's somebody messing with me. But anyway, he says, "Hi again. Do you think these are older socks? It's actually better because the older they are, the better quality. TY. Thank you."
They're new in
So,
the package though.
yeah, brand new. Made in USA, brand new.
Do they have a barcode on the package?
The only response that is merited is, do you happen to have chubby heels? That's it.
Chubby heels.
Chubby heels or chubby ankles? Because there
No,
are.
chubby heel, chubby
No.
ankle. I mean, that might push him down a little bit. Chubby heel, locked on, baby, locked on.
Locked on.
The package actually doesn't, Jimmy, have a barcode, but there's a sticker over top of it that has
It
the
does?
barcode.
Huh.
So I don't know.
What brand are they again?
Wigwam, WIGWAM.
Never even heard of it. Those are the brand of socks.
Yeah.
Isn't a wigwam like? Isn't that a? What is that?
Oh Jesus!
What?
You were doing so well, Mike. You were doing so well.
You can classify them as that. I don't know. Chicken my choma. I'm part Indian. I don't give a shit. I'm not offended. Not even 1% of me.
Yeah, it's a
Not even 1%. Oh boy.
wigwam.
Oh yeah, we won.
They're not that old then, huh? What would you think they're like?
Oh,
90s?
probably. I don't know.
Hold on, I got to figure out what wigwam is. It is a Native American thing.
So, but yeah, so I didn't answer him back. So
You did not answer him back?
no, I was thinking about maybe I'll do it right now because I don't know if they're older. What's older to him? It might be older than you know what I mean. Are we talking?
A hut or a tent with a domed or conical roof. So a freaking teepee. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Yeah. A wiki up, a wetu, or a wigwam. Well, okay. Yep. Dome shelter, a wigwam.
Oh, is it a dome or is it a teepee?
But the number one search is wigwam socks.
Is it?
That's the search result.
I'll see.
Just
That
before
way the government ain't listening to us.
Hmm.
I've never looked at a wigwam. But they're like, hey, while you're here, check out these cankle socks.
Just before we got on here, I was getting some guy asking me a bunch of stupid questions, and I'm like, I have this pool cue case, and it's old and it's vintage, and it's like ostrich leather, see it?
Yeah, yeah.
And I got it listed for $400. It's really, it's very valuable. And he's like, asked me, can you tell me is the inside damaged? This is the only way to see into the inside of that thing right there. Like you can't see the other end of it because that's the opening, right?
That's not true. You could technically colonoscopy thing, a little wand,
right, exactly. Like
with
if
the
I
camera and
so
the
I sent
light.
him this picture showing him that it does have a little tear in there. And he's like, he wants to see the inside, like all the way down. And I'm like, that's the best I can do. Then he's all right, well, I just want to know because, I want to know what kind of condition it is in before I buy it. Oh, by the way, I sent you a $150 offer and it got automatically rejected. I'm like, I have the thing listed for $400. I'm doing all like we're not. I literally said we're not even close on price. Thank you for reaching out to me. Like we're done. You didn't even offer me half of what I have it listed for. And I mean, I did my research on that thing. It's got a ton of watchers. It's got a ton of views. Just a matter of time. I'll get over 300 for it. So anyway, I was just like, and he's like, well, I want to see is the seams coming apart down on the bottom on the inside. I'm like, you can't see down in there. Like I don't have the colonoscopy camera that obviously Mike keeps one in his house for undisclosed reasons.
It's pretty weird. Mike has it on his desk, but
What's that? What? Huh?
Your
colonoscopy camera sitting on your desk right there.
You can never be too safe over 45.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just turned 45 too, so
Nightly. They say annual.
Monthly.
Once you get used to it,
at
like
this
grease
point,
mouse shit.
he's just got the one that the plumber uses where they just.
It pulls out my wife's hair.
What you?
You got a clogged drain right here, son. Like what? Don't call me son, Roto-Rooter.
Oh. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's annually for us guys, but Mike, weekly.
Like,
Oh, nightly.
Nightly. I told you nightly. Yeah, hell yeah, why not? I don't know.
All right, well.
Keep the pipes clean. I am a fan of Mario Bros. It's a me again.
It's what's that? What's that sound when it goes down the pipe? How does that sound go? When Mario goes down the pipe, you know the sound.
Everybody knows the sound. I
Yeah,
can't. I can't
terrible
replicate
sound.
it. You can't.
Obviously, I can't.
It sounded like a trash compactor at the end of its cycle.
Mhm.
I sold
There
something,
you
Joe.
go.
I sold
You
this
know,
thing
push out
again.
offers before the show in hopes that I would sell something.
A Garmin Vivo Smart Wrist Activity Tracker, $70.
Not a bad one.
So I have not bad. I'm happy with that. It'll be a lot easier to ship than that skateboard. We have anything else we're going to talk about? Quick.
No, that's it. I think we did plenty. I mean, heck, we spent 45 minutes on Dibbed It alone. I mean, Dibbed It's going in the title. Online marketplace.
Hey, you're in charge of the titles and the
We've
thumbnails
been
and the
suckling at
editing.
the teat of this reselling.
You're also supposed to be in charge of responding to comments, but you stopped doing that.
I did. Hey, we could call
So
it
we
Dib.
apologize, all you commenters. We haven't been responding.
We'll call it Dib Tit.
We
The way
didn't
that we
give
suck
shout outs
Oh.
to our
Oh,
members.
Might do it.
Joe, you have one job on
That's
this
me?
podcast, Joe. I don't know. I'm just blaming you because it's easier.
I don't even know
for
how
me
to
than it is to
look them
Michael.
up.
All right, we got.
I'll get
I
it.
got it right here. So we want to shout out all our members on the Reseller Leftovers podcast. We already know that we have Mike Metco meetups. How do you say Mike's last name? Camparelli?
Camparelli.
Mike Camparelli. Thank you so much, Mike. Who else do we got? We got Jacqueline Rose. Thank you so much, Jackie. Keith over at Vintage Sports Flips. Thank you, Keith. Trash to Cash Rescue.
Trash cat. Trash cat.
Trash.
Which is ironic. That's where every cat should go. Just throw them in
Trash
trash.
Cat Rescue. Sorry, Trash Cat Rescue. Now I gotta get this right.
Then that way you can rescue them.
All of our cat lovers just unsubscribe right now. Every last one.
No, I just talk. You throw them in the trash so you can rescue them. Be like, oh, sweetheart.
Oh, that's where you were
How are
going with that.
doing? Yes,
And we got
absolutely. Save the kittens.
Triple R Collections, which is Ray of
Junk Jaw.
what's
Junk-
the name?
Jaw.
Junk Jaw Podcast. Ray and Jay over at Junk Jaw Podcast.
Sorry.
Thank you all so much for being members of the Reseller Leftovers podcast.
Thank you.
Oh, we got to draw a line in the sand. You got to do the ticker. No more. What are we going to do after we get to? No, we can't say after we get to 10 because then
What do we got
people-
now? I mean, what was that? 6, 5? We got 5. Let's
We got 5.
2 more, and then we will have to. You have to sign up for level 2, the shout out to go to get the verbal shout out, and then the rest will be all in the ticker at the end.
So lucky number 7 may be unlucky. Okay, but number 6, sign up right now. That way we at least get to mention you for 3 or 4 months until we get number 7.
Real quick before we go, guys. Real quick before we go, because Joe's team is in the Super Bowl. We gotta have our. I mean, it's the worst case scenario for Super Bowls. The 2 teams that nobody wanted to see except for Joe and Chiefs fans, and Keith over at Vintage Sports Flips. Let's. I mean, I know nobody cares, but who do you think is gonna win the Super Bowl? Joe, we already know, but let's hear it.
Eagles.
Chiefs.
You think the Chiefs are gonna win it
100%.
because of the refs?
No, because they're the better team.
Yeah. I was impressed by the Eagles' defense, so I don't know. But the Chiefs, no, I'll say that because I could talk football all day. Both those teams had the better defenses, and that's why they both won. Eagles were. I said, could the Eagles make it because of the other team fumbling so much? Yes, they can because the Eagles are causing turnovers like crazy, but so are the Chiefs. think it's going to be a fun, decent game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. But I got to go with Mahomes. I'm not a Hurts guy, so I think
Yeah,
the Chiefs are going to
I
win.
don't know. I don't know who's going to win, but I'm rooting for the Chiefs just for the three-peat element. That's it.
Saquon.
It'd be nice.
It's so hard because I think it's such a flip flop. In my opinion, the quarterback for the Chiefs is way better than the Eagles quarterback, but the running game for the Eagles is way better than the Chiefs running game. So it could go either way.
Yeah.
Anyways,
A landslide better.
We
The
we'll
run
see.
game.
yeah, I mean Saquon is on another level right now. The way he's playing, I haven't seen that kind of play from running back in a long time. Anyways, that's enough football.
We got 2 weeks
Joe,
here.
good luck. We still got a couple weeks, but we just found out, and I'm going to be.
Yeah.
Should I tell everybody I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks? I'm going to be gone.
Yeah,
I'm
we got
going
some
to
special
town,
guests coming up. Y'all stay
and
tuned.
there's probably going to be some special. You guys will probably be more excited because I won't be here, and there'll be some awesome guests here. I'm going to be somewhere where there's not a lot of internet and Wi-Fi, so I really just can't record and upload and all that stuff. So
We'll try.
these guys are going to get it done without me.
We're gonna try. Yeah,
All right.
we're gonna miss you, Jimmy.
Listen, Mike. I'm not going to be around to edit
Oh,
it,
gee.
so you got to be on your best behavior.
I understand. I will.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time on the Reseller Leftover.